Welcome to today's podcast. Today I'm going to give you 3 ways you can creatively follow up with your prospects to convert more deals.
My name is Cornell Ladigan, co-founder of BizVideo. The purpose of this podcast is to take you on a journey of how we use story to grow our business. Thank you for joining me today.
Hey guys, how you doing? Today is another podcast day. Today I'll be talking about 3 ways you can use story and incorporate into your follow-up to convert more deals. Now, the thing is, everybody knows that the money is in the follow-up. The problem though is if you're not creative with your follow-up, it becomes boring, and seriously, follow-up just becomes annoying at the end of the day. So in this podcast, I want to give you 3 creative ways that we use and our clients use as well to convert more deals. So the thing is, when I first started BizVideo, with Andre back in the day, 8 years ago at this time, I thought, you send a proposal or a quote, and then if they like what they see, they will reply and say approved. And I couldn't be further from the truth. So at the time, I didn't understand, the thing that, decision makers are super busy, right? They probably have a million different decisions to make every single day. And the thing is, these decision makers, they also have, their priority list. They have, probably, let's say 20 things to do to make a decision on each day, and they will weight it compared to, what value they can get from it, and then adjust it appropriately. So the thing is, I had no awareness, like how to get more awareness. I guess the biggest problem I was facing as well is, how do I get these decision makers to become aware of the actual value that we will create for them, so that our proposal actually goes up in the priority list. And the thing is, I never found out what was their main goal, what was their desire. And for that same reason, I wasn't clear on the value path that we could actually create for them. So again, just going back, I drew this value path out a few podcasts ago. I'm just going to quickly show you again. Path A is if the company doesn't do anything, or they use your competition, or they find another way to overcome the problem or get to the end goal. And path B is if they use your service. Path A, let's just assume it goes that high. Let's just say, for example, if this is revenue, it goes, let's say, $100,000 if they don't do it with if they don't do it with you, and then path B is they get $200,000 revenue if they use your business, right? So the value there is the difference. So it's $100,000. So that's the value that you can create. Now, the thing is, step 1, you have to become super clear on what value you provide these companies. So you have to ask the right questions, and you actually have to get the right answers back so that you can qualify them in your own mind and seek opportunity. So this is something I always look out for, and that is, what opportunities can we create? What opportunities can we help create these businesses if we actually help them, if they choose that path? And the thing is, if your prospect hasn't made sense of the value and opportunity, it doesn't matter how much you follow up. Now, you can become a little bit more creative with your follow-up, and it might work a little bit more, but I promise you, don't rely on that, because you'll be wasting a lot of your time trying to become super creative with your follow-up. So this comes back to what problems you actually solve and what value you actually bring people and businesses, or whoever your target market is. The thing is, if you're not solving problems, you don't have a business. That's as simple as that. Now, let's assume you are solving problems and you do create value for your customers, and everyone's super happy. You guys are happy. Your clients are happy. What ways can you what ways can you use, creative ways, to follow up? Now, I've got 3 things that I normally, and there's a whole bunch more, but I'm just going to focus on 3 today. And this is what I always tell my clients, and this is what my clients actually use to actually get more deals and so on. And these are like small clients. It might be a one-man band, and up to massive companies, right? So winning tenders and so on. So I'm talking millions and multi-millions of dollars and so on, just to give you that scale. Step number 1 is you have to put your best foot forward. And what I mean by that is you have to pre-frame the client. Step number 2 is you have to inspire them and give them hope, okay, that there is a solution. Step number 3 is overcome some of their false beliefs. Now, I'll quickly go into some of these individually. So step number 1 is put your best foot forward and pre-frame them. So the thing is this, right? Let's say, for example, I go home and I want to go out with the boys tonight. I want to go hang out with them. If I go ask my wife, right? Because let's just assume we've set a tentative date with each other, but somehow the boys just came up with this idea. We're going to go and have a few beers or whatever, right? And I go to my wife and I ask, and I tell her, honey, yeah, you know, can you please do the dishes and all that stuff, right? And then ask her if I can go out. What do you reckon the reaction will be from her, right? I haven't pre-framed her in the right way. But if I go to her and say, hey, you look so beautiful, I'm going to quickly do the dishes for you and all that, those kind of things, right? What happens then if you ask her? She's going to be in a complete different frame of mind. So this is what I mean. You've got to put your best foot forward. And how can you do that? So this is something my clients actually do, and that is they send an overview video to their clients. And I've drawn out a little, I don't know if you guys can see here, I've drawn out an email here. So it is, it's a new message to prospect from Cornell Ladigan. Subject is re-meeting. So, hi prospect, thank you for your inquiry. Check out this video of how we will solve your problem XYZ and how you will gain A, B, and C. And then you've got a little thumbnail there with the video. So now obviously you're not going to send that exact message. It's just a way for me to communicate this over so that it makes sense to you. So that's step number 1. Now step number 2 is you have to inspire them and give them hope. So the best way to do this is you send them related case studies, okay? So as you can see here, I've written down here your $1 million prospect, okay? It's a little stick figure there, colored, so I've colored it in yellow. And then down the bottom here, this is your tool chest of case studies. And you've got 4 little stick figures here. I'm not sure if you guys can see it exactly, but there you are. Now, which one are you going to, what case study are you going to show that $1 million prospect of yours there? You want to show them the case study that is related to them. So you might relate the type of business they're in, the industry, the type of person, the type of role they have in the organization. So you want to have a tool chest full of case studies so that you can go, fantastic, this is the prospect, I'm going to show him or her this one. Okay, so that'll make sense to them in their mind. The third thing is you have to overcome their false beliefs, right? So now let me just frame this up for a second. Your prospect might be sitting there thinking that, hey, this costs too much, okay? That's their belief. Their belief in their own mind is true. The second thing might be, I won't be able to do this. I'm not good enough to do this. Again, it's their belief. In their mind, it is true. Now, if we take a few steps back, you've helped a lot of clients in the past. You've seen this same thing happen over and over again. You know for a fact that if they make sense of the money, it's actually going to improve their life. Number 2, they are able to do this, right? Based on previous results you've had for your clients. What does that mean? It means in your mind it's a false belief. Now you have to convince them that it is a false belief and we need to overcome that false belief. So again, I drew this up. So number 1 is we've got send false belief breaker videos. So I've just named that, it's a style video that you use to break these false beliefs. The first thing is there's your $1 million prospect over there. And then over here, you've got your $1 million prospects false beliefs, right? So number 1, it might cost too much. And you've got to figure this out. You have to go back to your clients that you're that you're helping right now. You have to go back to some of the leads that you're actually following up with and identify what were these, so to your clients, what were some of these false beliefs that you had before we actually helped you out. And to the prospects out there, hey, what are the reasons why you're not going forward with this? Because the thing is, you want to find out from your clients and the prospects what their false beliefs are, okay? You can't just make this up in your own mind. And then the third one might be, the second one might be, I can't do this, right? So me as a person, these are some of my internal fears. I can't do this. I can't if I buy your product, I'm not going to use it, so on, right? Step number 3 is, this might be another false belief, it won't work for us, right? So a lot of people, when I've spoken to some of my clients, they said, well, some of the things that were stopping me from going ahead with you guys is not knowing if it'll work for my business. So there's a false belief, right? I'm not sure, this is not going to work for my business. And I have to overcome that false belief. And that's what I do with everything, with all my sales, with all the content I put out, with all my case studies, with all my specific content videos. So again, this is going back to, you have to send these people false belief breaker videos, and you disguise them, okay, by giving value in these videos, and you help the prospect overcome that in their own mind. So there you go, there you guys have it. The 3 steps are: put your best foot forward, so pre-frame your clients, right? Before you step into a meeting, or something, or like, let's say a day before a meeting, pre-frame that person, right? Because if they've seen that overview film, like why you guys do what you do, what problems you solve, all the amazing clients you've helped in the past, the team, the premises, your story, you will have a much better chance of actually getting some questions answered in that initial meeting, and also converting them into a client if it's the right fit, right, for both people. Number 2, inspire them and give them hope. Okay, the best way to do that is to show previous examples and results of what has happened in the past. Now, we do this ourselves. Go to our website, bizvideo.com.au. At the top, there will be what our clients say. Go click on that. You'll see what we actually show our prospects. Okay. And also, if you go to our work page, so bizvideo.com.au/work, or there's a link on our website, you will actually notice all the different projects that we put on there that we actually help our clients with. Have a look at those as well. They are it's not just creative, beautiful videos. It's videos that need to move the needle in business. And the way we do that is overcoming false beliefs, pre-framing, and all these things, right? And then step 3 is overcome their false beliefs. So I hope you guys have liked this. What I would love to ask you right now is, if you like this video, please go press like right now. If you like this podcast, go subscribe. And if you have any feedback, let me know. I love creating this for you guys. Have a fantastic day.